My beloved child, listen closely to my voice in this moment, for I am here, wrapping you in the warmth of my embrace, and I want to remind you that you are held securely in my everlasting arms. No matter what storms may rage around you, no matter what shadows of doubt or fear may try to cloud your heart, I urge you to open yourself to my boundless love, for it is deeper than any ocean and stronger than any chain that might seek to hold you back, and I assure you that I will guide you toward a hope that never fails, a promise that remains firm through every challenge. Do not let discouragement take root in your soul, for I am your steady anchor, your unshakable foundation, and I long for you to trust in my unwavering presence that never sleeps, never tires, and never abandons you, even when you feel most vulnerable. Rest in the comfort of knowing that I understand the trials you face, and I hear the quiet prayers you whisper in your secret place. I see every tear, and I know every longing. Believe this: nothing can separate you from my love, for I am forever faithful, and my devotion to you stands immovable. Accept this truth, hold it close, and walk forward in the confidence that you are cherished and that your future is bright with possibilities. My precious one, I created you in my image, a unique work of art fashioned with the utmost care, and every thread of your being is woven by my very hands, carrying the imprint of my grace and mercy. You must not doubt your worth, for you are unlike any other creature on this earth, a treasured jewel reflecting my glory, and I delight in the radiance that shines when you realize just how deeply you are loved. Yes, the world may try to define you by its standards, whispering that you are lacking, not enough, or too far gone. But I tell you that in my eyes, you are worthy, beloved, and graced with a purpose meant to illuminate the darkness around you. Do not think for a moment that your existence is an accident. From the very foundations of creation, I knew you by name, and I have set a path before you that is filled with meaning, potential, and the sweet aroma of hope. My greatest joy comes when you draw near to me, when you lift your eyes above the noise of the world and look to me for the validation that your heart longs for. And so, my dear one, I encourage you to stand tall in the knowledge of who you are in me, confident that my affection for you transcends every human understanding, leading you onward into ever-deepening peace. I see every detail of your life, your dreams, your secret aspirations, the moments you tried and felt you failed, and I stand as your biggest advocate, cheering you on toward the great destiny I have laid out for you. I rejoice whenever you remember to call my name, to whisper your hopes and fears into my listening ear, because I love communicating with you in every situation, whether you're rejoicing in triumph or trembling under the weight of uncertainty. Always remember that you are like a precious seed I have planted in fertile soil. I water your spirit with my grace, shining the light of my favor upon you, that you may flourish in all that I have ordained for you to accomplish. My love is not conditional upon your achievements, nor does it waver when you stumble. It is steadfast and kind, always lifting you back to your feet, always urging you to persevere. Trust in my hand that guides and my eyes that see the end from the beginning, for I have known your path long before you walked upon it, and I have every intention of bringing you to a place of secure and lasting peace. My child, I know there have been moments when loneliness tried to shroud your heart, when it felt as though the silence echoed around you more loudly than any voice of encouragement. But I promise you that you have never truly been alone, not for a single heartbeat. Even in the quiet hours of the night, when doubts press in and the question, will it ever get better, lingers in your thoughts, my spirit stands guard over you, keeping watch so that despair will not consume you. You are enfolded in my gentle hands, and no matter how strong the winds of life blow, you are anchored in the shelter of my steadfast love. Let my words soothe the ache in your soul. I am the one who will never abandon you, the one who always has space for you in my heart, and the one who calls you to rest in the certainty that you belong to me. Lift up your head, breathe in my peace, and dare to believe that a new dawn is on the horizon, radiant with promise and full of my gracious favor. Do not carry the weight of fear on your shoulders, for I have given you a spirit not of timidity, but of power, of love, and of soundness of mind. And I yearn to see you walk in the freedom that I have already secured on your behalf. You may look at the giants in your life, mounting bills, fractured relationships, daunting responsibilities, and feel overwhelmed. But I remind you that my power is made perfect in your weakness, and in my strength you can conquer what once seemed impossible. Place your worries in my hands and stand firm in the knowledge that no hardship, no trial, and no unexpected turn in the road can ever slip out of my divine control. As I was with David when he faced Goliath, so am I with you, equipping you with the faith and courage you need to face every challenge, reminding you that you do not battle alone. Embrace the truth that my love casts out all fear, and dare to step forward with boldness, trusting that I am your shield and your fortress, ever present, ever faithful. I see your weariness, the tiredness of spirit that comes from trying to handle everything alone, from feeling like you must be strong for everyone else, even while you are quietly breaking inside. My dear child, lay down that burden and let me shoulder the weight of your cares, for I have promised that when you come to me, I will give you rest. If you have felt that your prayers go unanswered, remember that my timing is perfect, and my plans are formed with wisdom that transcends all human understanding, orchestrating outcomes that weave together blessings you never even considered. Please do not lose heart when you cannot see the immediate fruit of your petitions, for I am working in unseen realms, moving hearts and circumstances, connecting events like pieces of a grand puzzle for your eventual good. Therefore, release your anxiety at my feet. Let my love saturate your soul, and know that your future rests in the palm of my hand, secure and unshaken by the storms of life. I know the tears you have wept, sometimes in the privacy of a quiet room, and the struggles you have faced that no one else fully comprehends. I have watched as you fought battles in your mind, wrestling with worries about your family, your finances, your health, or your purpose in this unpredictable world. Each tear you have shed is known to me, and none go unnoticed. I gather them, I see them, and I offer comfort that can soothe the deepest sorrow. You are never beyond my reach, never too far away for my love to find you, no matter how distant or isolated you might feel at times. So, come closer, my beloved. Trust me with your rawest emotions, and let my compassion be a balm that brings healing and hope, even in the darkest night. My dear one, do not judge yourself by the standards of others, for I fashioned you with unique gifts that reflect the beauty and brilliance of my creation. You are not called to be identical to the people around you. You are a living testament to my artistry, shining brightly with talents that are uniquely yours to cultivate. When you compare yourself to others, you rob yourself of the joy that comes from embracing the design I have laid upon your life. So release the urge to be someone else and discover the priceless treasure that I have hidden within your own soul. My heart is delighted when you use your gifts, not out of a sense of competition, but as an act of worship and gratitude toward me, confident that as you bloom, you bring hope and encouragement to those around you. Therefore, silence the negative voices that try to convince you that you are inadequate, and celebrate the identity I have bestowed upon you, for you are my beloved, and I have given you all you need to flourish. In your moments of solitude, when you wonder about your place in this vast world or question if you truly matter, recall my promise that I have engraved you upon the palms of my hands, a vivid reminder that you are neither forgotten nor cast aside. Like the shepherd who leaves the 99 to find the one lost sheep, I search you out and rejoice when you are found, because you are precious to me. Even if your journey has wandered through the wilderness or strayed down winding roads that led you to doubt or despair, my arms remain open wide, eager to welcome you home with celebration and the fullness of my grace. The love I have for you knows no shadow of turning, no hesitation, no exhaustion. It is there for you, strong and steady, day after day. Never lose sight of the truth that you are deeply valued, a cherished soul for whom I would cross the farthest distance to rescue and redeem. I see the desires of your heart, the ambitions that excite you, the goals you set and hope to achieve, and I delight in the dreams that align with my perfect will for you, even if you think those dreams have faded. Do not be dismayed if your path unfolds more slowly than you expected, or if setbacks have caused you to question your abilities, because I am leading you through a process that is shaping your character, preparing you for responsibilities yet to come. Like a gardener prunes a rose bush so that it may grow more vibrant and strong, I sometimes allow trials to refine your faith, ensuring that you blossom in the fullness of time. Therefore, hold on to your dreams, dust them off if you have forgotten them, and trust that as you remain close to me, I will guide your steps in the direction of a beautiful harvest. My promise is that I will not waste your pain, nor will I overlook the seeds of hope you have planted. Every effort, every prayer, every act of obedience is seen and cherished, leading you toward the glorious future I have planned. Do not fear the unknown. Instead, walk with me into the uncharted terrain where faith comes alive, and see how I illuminate each step, ensuring that you never stumble alone in the dark. You may not see everything clearly right now, for I do not always reveal the entire journey at once, but I give you exactly what you need for this moment, and I promise to remain with you every step of the way. The same hand that shaped the mountains and filled the oceans with life now extends to guide you, steadying your heart with the knowledge that I am the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. Let this truth chase away every anxious thought. You are safe in my presence, hidden in the shadow of my wings, free to walk forward without dread of tomorrow. Embrace my reassurance that when you cling to me, you will not be overwhelmed by the raging seas, for I speak peace to your storm and calm to your every fear. My beloved, I invite you to bring your worries to me, to cast every doubt and burden onto my shoulders, for I care for you more than you can imagine, and I have the power to carry all that weighs you down. Talk to me as you would a trusted friend, sharing your innermost anxieties without hesitation, knowing that I will never be shocked, repelled, or impatient with you. You don't need eloquent speeches or perfectly crafted words. I hear the language of your heart, the unspoken yearnings that you can barely articulate. Remember that I am near to the broken-hearted, tenderly cradling your spirit and wiping every tear. Whatever you face, I am your place of refuge, and when you dwell in my love, no dark valley can hold you captive. So do not remain silent in your struggles. Approach my throne of grace with confidence, trusting that I am ready and willing to provide mercy and the help you need in your time of trial. When doubts arise and you question if I truly hear you, pause for a moment and reflect on the times when I have come through for you before, guiding you out of tight corners, providing for you in unexpected ways, or simply filling your heart with unexplainable peace in the midst of chaos. These moments are testimonies of my faithfulness, and they stand as markers along your path, reminding you that my hands are always extended toward you in compassion. I have never turned away from your plea, nor have I ignored your silent cries. Even when the answer was not what you initially expected, it was always shaped by my goodness. Rest in that assurance. My child, I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, And if I have carried you before, I will carry you still. This is your invitation to trust, your invitation to believe in my unfailing nature, and to let gratitude spring forth from your soul. You might feel tension between the responsibilities you hold and the passion you still crave to pursue. My child, surrender that tension to me, for I will help you balance what life demands and where your heart yearns to go. Perhaps you bear the weight of caring for others, of providing daily bread, of solving problems that seem to multiply faster than solutions can be found. Yet I want you to know that I see your efforts, and I honor the faithfulness in your labor. Work with diligence, but do not forget to rest in my presence. I fashioned you to need moments of quiet reflection, times to lay aside the busyness and simply breathe in my peace. Do not fear that resting means falling behind, for in rest I restore your soul and enable you to run the race with renewed strength. Keep your eyes on me, and I will direct your steps, ensuring that your time and energy are placed precisely where they need to be for lasting fruitfulness. Look at the birds of the air, how they neither sow nor reap nor store away in barns, yet I feed them, and how much more precious are you to me than many sparrows. If I care for the lilies of the field, clothing them with splendor that surpasses earthly finery, will I not also care for you, my treasured child? Yes, I will. I understand how the daily grind can make you question if there is enough for tomorrow, or if there is security in a world that feels so uncertain. But I assure you, I am your provider. Place your trust in me, not in fleeting material things, for my provision knows no scarcity. You are safe under my watchful gaze, and I am fully aware of your needs before you even voice them. Let this truth give you courage and replace anxiety with calm assurance, reminding you that you are under my faithful and loving care. My dear one, do not let bitterness or resentment take root in your heart, for they act like thorns that choke out the blossoms of joy and hope I am planting within you. I understand that at times people have disappointed you, and circumstances have felt unjust, leaving you hurt or angry. But I invite you to release those wounds into my care, to let forgiveness flow, not as a sign of weakness, but as a testament to my power working within you. When you hold on to resentment, it binds you. But when you choose forgiveness, you step into the radiant freedom that my grace provides. Think of how I have forgiven you for your shortcomings, never condemning you but restoring you in love time and again. Let that same grace you have received be an offering you give to others, opening your hands to let go of the past, so you can fully embrace the blessings I have prepared for you today and in the days to come. I see the hidden longings of your heart to love and be loved, to find companionship and understanding that resonates with the deepest parts of your soul. And I want you to know I am the source of a love that is without limit and without condition. While the relationships in your life may bring joy, they can never replace the fullness of the love I pour out upon you. Human love is beautiful, but often flawed. And that is why I invite you to root your heart in my perfect love first and foremost, allowing it to become the wellspring from which you pour kindness and compassion onto others. A relationship anchored in me is like a house built upon the rock, able to withstand the storms of life and flourish despite hardships. Therefore, seek me above all else, and you will find the grace to nurture relationships that honor me and uplift your spirit. Let my love be the fountain that sustains your every breath, and rest assured that in my presence you are truly never alone. Do not let the loud voices of the world convince you that your hope is in vain, that your prayers amount to mere wishful thinking, or that your faith lacks substance. My word is living and active, a wellspring of eternal truth, and every promise I make is backed by the authority of who I am, the Creator of all things, the sustainer of heaven and earth, the one who breathes life into your being each new day. Though you live in a culture that often scoffs at the spiritual, Ridiculing the idea that a loving God is intimately concerned with your personal struggles, I urge you to remain steadfast. Stand on the firm foundation of my truth, for it will not be shaken by the winds of skepticism or the waves of cultural change. Let your life be a testimony to my unchanging character, shining with faith that endures even when challenged, illuminating the darkness around you. Hold on to this hope and refuse to be swayed, for my power is infinitely greater than any unbelief the world can muster. I am your shield and your strong tower. When battles rage on every side, I am the fortress that shelters you, a place of safety where you can find rest for your weary soul. Like a protective barrier, I encircle you with my presence, warding off the arrows of discouragement, despair, and condemnation that the enemy seeks to hurl at you. You are not vulnerable or unguarded, for I have stationed my angelic host to stand guard over you, and my spirit dwells within you, fortifying your heart with courage and divine power. There will be moments when the pressure feels immense, but remember that I have overcome the world, and in me, you too will overcome. Keep your focus on my light, for as you do, no darkness can overshadow you. Take refuge in my promise. I will never leave you, nor forsake you. I am your guardian, your protector, your vigilant watchman who never sleeps. My beloved child, in the midst of your trials, it may seem like the road stretches on without a clear endpoint, and discouragement might tempt you to turn back or give up. But I whisper to your heart this day, keep moving forward, do not stop, for I am with you, ensuring that every obstacle becomes an opportunity for growth and a testament to my sustaining grace. The deserts you traverse are not meant to destroy you, but to mold you into a vessel of resilience and deeper faith, capable of trusting me more fully than ever before. Think of how I led my people through the wilderness, providing manna from heaven and water from a rock, showing my faithfulness at every turn, guiding them with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. So I lead you now, never abandoning you in your desert season, but walking before you, ensuring that your every step is ordered. Cling to me, and soon you will see the oasis I have prepared, the relief and renewal that awaits those who persevere. Come to me in prayer, my child, for prayer is the open door through which I long to pour out my blessings and guidance upon you. Speak with me candidly about what weighs on your heart, and also linger long enough to listen, for I desire to respond with wisdom and encouragement. Do not worry that your prayers must be grand or eloquent. I cherish the humble cry of a sincere heart above the polished words of pretense. Let prayer be your breath, your lifeline, connecting you to the source of infinite power and love, reassuring you that you are never fighting your battles alone. As you pray, your faith is refined, your perspective is lifted, and your spirit is empowered to face each new day with courage, knowing that I stand beside you as the greatest ally you could ever hope to have. And so, do not neglect this sacred gift of communion with me. Instead, cultivate it daily, letting your heart become a sanctuary of my presence. Remember that even the darkest night must yield to the first rays of dawn, and in my kingdom, the light of hope always prevails. I invite you to look beyond the valley you currently find yourself in, to anticipate the morning that will surely come, illuminating your path with renewed promise. Hope is not a fanciful whim, but a confident expectation rooted in my faithfulness, a light that can guide your way when everything else appears veiled in shadow. Do not dwell on failures or regrets, but see how my hand can weave them into a tapestry of redemption, using even your mistakes to bring forth beauty and purpose. As you cling to hope, you become a beacon to those around you, showing them that victory is possible, that despair need not have the final word. Let this expectancy fuel your soul, for in my presence, new beginnings are always on the horizon. I know that in moments of adversity, You might question if there is something more you could do, or if you have somehow fallen short. But lay aside the blame you pile on yourself, and remember that I am not here to condemn you, but to guide you with compassion and mercy. If correction is needed, I will do it gently, leading you toward what is right. And if you have chosen a wrong path, my grace is still available, calling you back to a place of safety. Let go of the anxiety that demands you have all the answers. Rest in me, for I hold the blueprint of your life, and I see the solutions that your limited perspective cannot yet perceive. Trust in my counsel, and when you sense my prompting, move forward with obedient faith, knowing that I will not lead you astray. Together, we will navigate through every confusion, every seeming dead end, and emerge with clarity that sets your feet upon solid ground. My dear one, it stirs my heart with joy whenever you choose to lean on me instead of relying on your own strength, because in your vulnerability, my power shines brightest. When you acknowledge your limitations and surrender them to me, I step in with my limitless resources, performing wonders that exceed your imagination. Reflect on how I used a simple shepherd boy to topple a giant, or how I magnified a few loaves and fish to feed multitudes. My methods often defy human logic, showcasing my glory in your moment of need. I tell you, your story is no different. Your weaknesses, your flaws, your insecurities, place them at my feet and watch how I transform them into testimonies of grace. In my hands, your limitations become instruments of my miraculous power, so do not be afraid to say, Lord, I need you. Through that humble confession, you open the door for my might to flow through you. If you are feeling isolated, misunderstood, or overlooked, let my words remind you that I see the entirety of who you are, and I celebrate your every hidden victory, your every small act of kindness, and your every generous thought that never receives a public applause. Though the world may crave spectacle, I treasure the sincerity of a heart that acts in love, even in the smallest ways. Your life is a tapestry, and each thread matters. The quiet prayers for others, the supportive word shared at just the right time, the sacrifices made that no one else acknowledges. I am attentive to each one, and I store these precious moments in my heart, for they reflect my character and bring glory to my name. So, do not lose heart if people fail to recognize you. Know that you are honored in my sight, which far surpasses any human accolade. Keep loving, keep serving, keep reaching out with compassion, and trust that I will reward your faithfulness in ways beyond what you can see. As you journey forward, remember that setbacks are not the end of your story. They can be catalysts for a breakthrough, a reminder that I am forging resilience in you, shaping your spiritual muscles, and preparing you to stand victorious. I have not formed you for mediocrity or defeat. You are destined to be more than a conqueror through my power. If you have stumbled, rise again, for my grace is sufficient to lift you up and place you back on course, stronger and wiser than before. I do not define you by your mistakes. I see the redeemed masterpiece I am shaping you to be, molded by my love and refined by the fires of experience. Therefore, do not dwell on your past errors, but fix your eyes upon the new horizon, where my plans for you unfold with brilliance. Press on with the sure knowledge that I am guiding you toward triumph, and let hope blaze bright in your heart. I urge you to open my word and let it speak life into your soul, for it is not a dusty relic of ancient times, but a living testament of my ongoing conversation with humanity. In its pages, you will find truths that pierce the fog of confusion, promises that anchor you when the storms rage, and wisdom that guides your decisions with divine insight. As you meditate on my word, you invite my voice to resonate within you, shaping your thoughts and stirring your faith. Do not neglect this source of spiritual nourishment, for man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from my mouth. When you feel lost, my word becomes your compass. When you feel discouraged, It infuses you with renewed vigor. When you feel restless, it delivers peace that transcends understanding. Embrace it as a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path, knowing that I am speaking directly to you through its sacred counsel. Think back to the story of Moses, standing before the Red Sea with an Egyptian army in pursuit, an impossible situation by human standards. Yet I displayed my power by parting the waters, creating a way where none seemed possible. Even today, I am still the God who parts seas, removes obstacles, and leads you through on dry ground. You may feel cornered by your circumstances, but believe that I can make a path in the wilderness, streams in the desert, or a door in a wall that seemed impenetrable. Your present difficulty might be the stage upon which I show myself mighty, so fear not the chaos or the intimidation that tries to paralyze you. Fix your eyes on me and watch as I unravel solutions that you never thought existed. This is my promise to you, my precious child. I am the waymaker, the miracle worker, the one who holds all of creation in the span of my hand, and I hold you just as carefully. In your seasons of uncertainty, do not underestimate the power of praise, a heartfelt expression of gratitude that shifts your focus from problems to my faithfulness. When you lift up a song of worship, even with a trembling voice, you invite my presence to fill your atmosphere, to drive out fear, and to remind you that I am greater than any storm. Praise aligns your heart with mine, and in that place of alignment, breakthroughs occur, perspectives change, and hope is rekindled. It is not about denying the difficulties you face, but about exalting the truth that my grace is sufficient and my strength is perfect. When you feel overwhelmed, pause to remember my goodness. Recount the ways I have been faithful, and let your spirit rise in thanksgiving. Such praise pierces through the darkest night and sets the stage for my power to flow, unveiling miracles and turning mourning into dancing. Remember, my child, that your limitations are not a barrier to me, for I delight in revealing my glory through vessels that are humble and yielded. Your doubts about your capabilities matter less than your willingness to be available to say, "Here I am, Lord, use me." When you offer your time, your skills, your heart, even if you deem them insufficient, I pour my spirit upon your offering and multiply it to accomplish my purposes. Just as a small mustard seed can grow into a towering tree, so can your seemingly modest contributions produce an abundant harvest when sowed in my name. Refuse to allow fear or insecurity to silence the gifts I have placed within you. Instead, step forward in faith, trusting that my power will complete what your natural ability alone could never achieve. Each day presents fresh opportunities to partner with me, to shine my light, and to extend my love to a world in need. There are times when the world's noise can drown out my whisper, causing you to question whether you are truly hearing from me. But quiet your heart, and you will find that I speak gently, often in stillness, guiding you with subtle nudges, impressions, or a sense of peace that surpasses logic. I invite you to cultivate this relationship with me, to linger in silence after your prayers, to wait on my voice, and to trust that I will never mislead you. My spirit within you is a counselor and comforter, shedding light in the darkest corners, reminding you of truth when confusion threatens. If you remain close to me, you will learn to discern my voice, to respond to my leading, and to find the confidence that you are not stumbling blindly through life, but are being lovingly directed by the one who knows all things. When uncertainty arises, return to that quiet place of communion, for there I will speak, and you will hear me. Though you live in a world fraught with unrest, upheaval, and constant change, take heart in knowing that my kingdom is unshakable, a realm of justice, mercy, and everlasting peace. Politics may shift, economies may falter, and societies may grapple with turmoil, but my throne stands secure, and my sovereignty reigns supreme over every earthly domain. I encourage you not to place your ultimate trust in the systems of humanity, for they are like sand, easily moved and reshaped by the tides of history. Instead, place your trust in me, the rock that cannot be moved, the eternal anchor for your soul. By standing firm in my truth, you become an agent of hope to those around you, offering stability and grace in a time when so many feel adrift. Rise above the fear that tries to grip your heart. You are part of a kingdom that endures forever, and I am your king who reigns with loving compassion. My child, in times when you have struggled to love yourself, to see any good or beauty within your own reflection, I am here to tell you that you are my masterpiece, formed with intentional design, cherished beyond measure. Do not let past rejections or negative words shape your identity. Rather, let my voice be the loudest in your heart, reminding you that my love for you is unconditional. I implore you to stand against the lies that say you are unworthy, too broken, or unlovable, for these are merely attempts to distract you from the awe-inspiring truth. You are chosen, valued, and enveloped in my warm affection. Let my love redefine your self-perception, reminding you that I see a treasure, not a mistake or an afterthought. Embrace this perspective. Learn to love yourself as I love you. And from that foundation of divine acceptance, you will find the strength to extend true compassion to others. I invite you to dream again, to cast aside the cynicism that disappointment has sown, and to believe that I am still the God of infinite possibilities. Perhaps you once held grand visions in your heart, visions that felt shattered by life's harsh realities, but I am urging you to pick them back up, to place them into my hands, and to watch as I breathe new life into those aspirations. Do not fear failure or mockery, for I am your encourager, your supporter, the one who laughs at the notion that there could be any limit to what my power can do. Dare to dream with me, to align your hopes with my purpose, and to step into the thrilling adventure of faith that transcends human logic and constraints. Yes, there may be risks, and yes, there may be challenges, but in my strength, you are more than equipped to flourish. Fix your eyes on me, the author and finisher of your faith, and watch as I unfold wonders that surpass your greatest expectations. I see your struggles with frustration when progress seems elusive, when every step forward seems followed by 2 steps backward. But I assure you that no effort in my name is ever wasted. Even when you cannot perceive immediate change, seeds of transformation are being planted, and in due time you will reap if you do not give up. Patience is not a punishment. It is a tool I use to deepen your trust and strengthen your resolve. Embrace the journey, remembering that small increments of growth, though they may seem insignificant now, will culminate in a harvest of blessing. You are learning perseverance, forging character, and stepping into deeper wisdom that will be invaluable in the future. Therefore, cling to hope, knowing that I am the master of perfect timing, and I orchestrate every season to produce a bountiful yield in your life. When your heart is heavy and the circumstances around you appear bleak, do not withdraw from my presence or from the fellowship of those who love me. Community is a gift I designed for your edification, a means by which I impart encouragement, prayer support, and shared wisdom through your brothers and sisters in faith. Isolation can magnify your burdens, convincing you that you must wrestle alone with your troubles. But I have called you into a family of believers, imperfect though they may be, so that you might comfort one another, bear one another's burdens, and rejoice together in times of victory. Step out of solitude, reach for the hands extended in my love, and discover the blessing of belonging to a body that reflects my heart. In doing so, you will see that I use people to speak truth and hope into your life, just as I call you to speak into theirs. Open your heart to this precious gift of connection and find strength in unity. I will always be honest with you, my child. The path of faith is not without challenges, and there will be days when you feel knocked down by adversity. However, your struggles do not define you. Your identity is found in my unbreakable commitment to sustain you, to lift you up, and to bring victory out of what appears to be defeat. I trained Joseph in Egypt's prison, preparing him for leadership, and I molded David in the lonely fields before he ever wore the crown. In the same way, I use seasons of hiddenness and hardship to refine you, to equip you for purposes greater than what you can see. So do not despise the process. Embrace it with a heart of surrender, trusting that I am working all things together for your good. Hold on to this promise. After you have walked through the fire, you will emerge purer, stronger, and ready to fulfill the destiny I have spoken over you. Do not fear the future, for I have already gone before you, preparing a way and crafting blessings that exceed what your current perspective can fathom. Look at the past and see my faithfulness. Reflect on the present and notice my grace. Then step boldly into the days ahead, assured that I remain steadfast. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. And these words are not empty reassurance. They are truths born of my eternal nature. Though the world around you may shift and circumstances may change, my purpose for you stands firm, unshaken by the rise and fall of mortal concerns. Take my hand, enter into tomorrow with confidence, and watch how I reveal my goodness in ways that will leave you in awe. My child, I am so delighted when you walk forward in trust, for it pleases me to see you step into the abundance I long to provide. I will not let you slip from my grasp. I will not allow despair to overtake you, for you are my precious one, and I guard you with a jealous love that pursues your heart relentlessly. Even when you stumble, I am there to lift you. Even when you fail to pray, I am still interceding on your behalf. Even when you feel your faith falter, I remain the unchanging rock, the refuge where you can find stability and grace. Relinquish the lie that your struggles or your shortcomings separate you from me. My mercy is ever new, renewing your spirit and restoring your hope. Stand on the assurance that I am holding you in every season, through the calm and the tempest, and I have never once turned my eyes away from you. Keep believing, keep hoping, keep pressing on, for I have not brought you this far only to abandon you now. Be encouraged, for better days are ahead, and my presence lights the path every step of the way. Every time you feel the gentle nudge of my spirit, inviting you to pray, to encourage someone, to give generously, or to take a leap of faith, do not resist it, for that prompting is evidence of my nearness to you. Obedience to my voice unlocks doors of blessing and sets into motion the miracles that align with my will. You were fashioned to walk hand in hand with me, living in the flow of my purpose, a willing vessel through which I can pour out my love on a world that is crying out for hope. When you respond to these promptings with trust, you usher in divine encounters, testimonies that bring me glory and strengthen your own faith. Be bold enough to say yes to my call, whether it's an act of compassion or a step into the unknown, for I go before you to prepare the way, and I stand behind you as your rear guard. Do not fear the outcome. Focus on my voice, and you will see my faithful provision unfailingly. As you stand on the threshold of new possibilities, remember that I give you authority through my name to pray for breakthroughs and to see mountains move in your life. When you declare my promises over your situation, you align yourself with the mightiest force in the universe, my word, and there is nothing more powerful or reliable. Use the authority I have granted you wisely and humbly, not for selfish gain, but to see my kingdom manifested in your life and in the lives of those you love. Speak life, speak hope, speak truth, and watch as the darkness recedes. Never forget that the words of your mouth carry weight. Bless and do not curse, forgive and do not hold grudges, uplift rather than tear down. Through your words, you can shape an atmosphere of faith and grace, opening the door for miracles to unfold. Embrace the power of life-giving speech and see how it transforms not only your circumstances, but also your own heart. My child, as you place your trust in me, be prepared for surprises that reveal the depth of my kindness, a sudden resolution to a long-held worry, an unexpected blessing that answers a prayer you almost forgot you prayed, or a peaceful clarity that settles your anxious thoughts. These are tokens of my goodness, reminders that my favor rests upon you and that I am intimately involved in your everyday life. Pay attention to these moments, for they serve as gentle confirmations that my hand is guiding you, weaving all things together for a glorious outcome. Let gratitude rise in your soul, even for the small wonders, for they attest to my loving involvement. With a thankful heart, you become more receptive to further blessings, more attuned to my voice, and more inclined to share your testimony of grace with others. Rejoice in the evidence of my favor, and let it multiply your faith for even greater works to come. Stand firm on this unshakable truth. I love you with an everlasting love, a love that cannot be bought, diminished, or extinguished by the events of life. This love is stronger than death, more powerful than any foe, and more enduring than the ancient hills. You are safe in this love, secure in the knowledge that I chose you from the beginning, that I celebrate your victories and comfort you in your sorrows. Nothing can separate you from my affection, neither the highest heights nor the deepest depths, neither today's troubles nor tomorrow's uncertainties. Let this be the melody that continually resonates in your heart, reminding you that you are defined by love, redeemed by love, and upheld by love. My precious child, I lavish my love upon you so that you might rest in peace and confidence, knowing that even when all else fails, my love abides, constant and true. I bless you now, my cherished one, with hope for every tomorrow, strength for every challenge, and a peace that transcends your wildest dreams. As you continue on your journey, may your faith remain anchored in who I am, rather than in what you see, so that when the storms crash against you, you will not be shaken, but will emerge more radiant than before. Receive this blessing as a seal upon your heart, a promise that I go ahead of you, level mountains, and make rough places smooth, for I delight in prospering your way. You and your loved ones are folded into my protective care, and I will not rest until my good work in your life is complete. Lift your eyes, my child, for the dawn is breaking, and it carries the sweetness of new opportunities and the certainty of my unwavering presence. Rest in the assurance that, as you step forward in faith, I am knitting together every thread of your life's tapestry, both the vibrant strands of joy and the darker threads of trial, to create a masterpiece that displays my grace. Even now, I speak over you. Be encouraged, stand tall, and do not lose heart, for I am the potter, and you are the clay in my hands, being molded into something exceedingly beautiful. Though you cannot fully see the pattern yet, trust that I know precisely what I am creating in you, and when the time comes, you will marvel at the work of my hands. Yes, there are hurdles and valleys, but I am with you in them all, sustaining, guiding, and uplifting you. March forward, secure in my love, for the best is yet to come, and your story is still unfolding under my watchful, loving care. Look now toward the horizon with hope, my beloved, for your journey continues, and I promise to remain at your side every step of the way. My love for you is unchanging, as constant and reliable as the sunrise that greets each new day. Recall these words in moments of doubt. I am your eternal companion, your heavenly Father, your unshakable fortress, and I will never grow weary of leading you toward wholeness, joy, and peace. Keep believing that miracles can happen, that doors long shut can be opened, and that from the smallest seed of faith, great harvests of blessings can flourish. With my blessing upon you and my spirit within you, move forward, unafraid of what lies ahead, certain that I hold you in the palm of my hand and will guide you safely into the fullness of the life I have prepared. Rejoice, my child, for the very best is indeed yet to come.